Welcome back, guys. In this video we're going to learn about constructors. So what is a constructor? A constructor is a member function that gets called automatically as soon as you create an object. Or another definition might be that a constructor is a special member function of a class that is executed whenever we create new objects of that class. Sounds pretty confusing, huh? So let's just use it in an example and things will become easier and much clearer. So in order to use a constructor, what we do is we type in the exact same name as our class under the public. Now inside this class we have our special member function that is called a constructor, and this might have taken empty parameters, and in the body of this constructor what we can do is we can of course print something out like cout, and then this is a constructor. And now in order to use this constructor which is built, what we have to do is we just have to write the class name, that is cargo truck, and then any object name whatever we like. We just have to create the object. We don't have to use that object, we just want to create the object. So C obj, C for cargo truck and obj, and well in that case I can refer to my mind as a C as cargo truck and obj. It's not necessary that you type C obj, you can type in whatever, any object name, what you like, what you remember, what is easy for you. And now that we have just we have just created this object. Now we are not using it explicitly or typing obj and set acceleration, nothing like that. We just created this object, and now we go ahead and build and run this program. It runs perfectly. This is a constructor. So what it did was, before actually executing each one of these commands, as soon as we created the object, it called this constructor right here. So this constructor is on number 1 priority. Everything else is the second priority. So people don't usually use to print out stuff. They didn't use constructors to print out stuff. Constructors are basically used to initialize value. And if I mean initialize value, we can do is we can write something inside it like int I, and inside the body of our constructor we can write as set acceleration and I, and add a semicolon to that. Now if we come in the main, we have to give something, any argument. Now the argument, let's say we write 1 over here, or anything like 5 or any number you like. Now we can go ahead and write cout C obj, use our dot member access operator, and we need to have this function accessed. So we need to access this function finally, with empty parameters and a semicolon at the end. Now what is actually happening behind the scenes is it's just print out 5. Now how this 5 came is, now once again we can see out something useful like let's say the value of acceleration is, and then whatever the value is, the value the value of acceleration is, and then the value, whatever the value will be, it will get printed out on the screen. So what is actually happening right here is we just created one constructor, and the value of the constructor we gave in this parameters, we gave the value or the argument 5. So this 5 got passed into this int I, which got passed into I, and which got passed into this x. And so this int x is actually the set acc, and which was equal to x right over here, and that x was equals to acc, and indirectly it was the value, whatever the value right here, in this case 5, So 5 came over here, and then it came over here, and then it came over here indirectly. And then return ACC means that whatever the value is, it's going to store the value in this get ACC object right here, or in this case function, not object, it's a function, I'm sorry for that. So which got passed into this function, and now over here we are using this object to access that function we just built right here. So that's how it all works. So again, the value which was 5 got passed into this integer I, which got passed into I, and which got passed into set ACC, and that set ACC was equals X, and that was equals to this ACC, and this was equals to this. So that is how the value 5 traveled a lot of journey. So now this may sounds like this 5 traveled a lot. In order to we can just like see out the value of acceleration is, and whatever the value we want to see out. You might think this might be the dumbest program in the world, but in future the usage of private variables while legalizing them in public functions and then using them in the main, now that is how professional programming is done. So our variable could be public, but instead it was private, and then we made that private public by just the thing which is changing private to public is this statement right here. This is a main statement which is having a 60% part in changing this private ACC variable into public ACC variable, and then we can use this variable wherever we want, and we can have multiple objects. We can also write like let's say cargo truck, and then COBJ2, and then we can write like copy this, paste it over here, and COBJ2, and the value which we want to pass in COBJ2 would be any value like 10. So now if we go ahead and build and run, come on, oh, we forgot the semicolon, how dumb we are. It says the value of acceleration is 5, the value of acceleration is 10, just like that. So you can have as many as object you want. It's actually each object you create is just a copy of this function get ACC. So this is how you are using your class member variables. So that's it for now. You guys study this tutorial, stay motivated, stay focused, and I'll see you guys in the next video.